Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. A beautiful name of Allah is that He is Al-Hakam, the judge, the giver of justice. Al-Hakam is similar to Al-Hakim. To be the best of judges, you must be all-wise. وَهُوَ خَيْرُ الْحَاكِمِينَ. Allah is the best of judges. To reflect this great quality, one has to always make the right decision according to the values of Islam. When we think of wise people, many come to our mind. But today I would like to tell you about Bahlul-e-Dana. Bahlul, the wise one. Bahlul acted in a funny manner, and hence some people who were the enemies thought he was simple-minded. But he was actually very wise, and he always talked with wisdom and acted with justice. He reflected this quality of Allah to a great capacity. I'm sure you're waiting for Bahlul's story, aren't you? Well, Bahlul-e-Dana was a wise and a clever scholar. Now let me tell you why Bahlul acted funny at times. It was because at the time of the seventh Imam Musa Kazim alayhi salam, the Khalifa wanted to kill all the Shia scholars, and Imam alayhi salam was in prison. So when Bahlul wrote a letter asking him what he should do to protect his life, Imam sent back the Arabic letter Jim as a reply. Well, Bahlul took Junoon from Jim. Junoon means to act slightly mad. Actually, he was not. When one saves their life in this way, it is called taqiyya. Sounds sensible, right? Well, there are people who used to tease and make fun of Bahlul, although they knew his words were very intelligent. So today I would like to tell you two incidents whereby our great scholar helped the oppressed by, upholding justice. One day an Arab beggar arrived in Baghdad. He was tired and hungry. He suddenly passed by a bakery. As he came nearer, he could smell the, scent of many kinds of food there. As in, biscuits and fresh bread and yummy chocolate cakes and donuts, you name it. But he didn't have money to buy anything. So he sighed heavily and took out some stale bread from his bag, and he ate the bread whilst enjoying the steam from the coffee and tea they were making and the scent of, the exotic bakery foodstuff. Now the baker watched this from the window for a few moments. When the poor man had finished eating his bread and he wanted to leave, the baker came outside quickly and stopped him, and he demanded some payment. Payment? Said, yes, money. Said, money? Said the poor man, but I've not bought anything from you. I was eating my own bread. Money for the steam from the coffee and tea that you enjoyed, not to mention the scent of the cake and donuts. Come on, pay up. Well, the poor man could not believe his ears. He refused, of course, and anyway, he did not have any money, so they started fighting. It so happened that Bahlul was passing by, and he asked them what the problem was, and the baker started telling him about how this poor man had actually taken advantage from the scent of coffee and cakes. Bahlul told the poor man, okay, don't worry, I'll solve this case. Now Bahlul said to the baker, did this person eat your food or not? The baker said he didn't eat the food, but he certainly benefited from its, tasty aroma and steam. The poor man said, how can he actually demand a payment for that? Bahlul said to the baker, listen, it's only fair that you're both treated with justice. The baker said, yes, I want pure justice. Bahlul said to the baker, then listen to this. He took out a handful of coins from his pocket, put them in a box, and, started shaking the box. And, if it's a wooden box, the coins, make a loud jingling sound. Did you hear that? Said Bahlul. Yes, said the baker. Here's some more jingling, okay? He shook the box again and he said, well, Mr. Baker, that's the payment for the steam and the scent of bread. Extremely surprised, the baker asked, what kind of a payment is that? Bahlul replied, well, according to pure justice and fairness, the person who dares to claim the amount for steam and aroma of food should, get to listen to the sound of the jingling of these coins. Wow, what a decision! It taught the greedy baker a lesson and made the poor man smile. What a wonderful place the world would be, if everyone was treated with justice and fairness. So let me tell you how Bahlul handled another case in the same, amazing way and managed to help a poor man, get what was rightfully his. So, ready for another story? Yeah. Once Bahlul was walking when he, heard a man crying. So he came nearer and he saw that this was a stranger. It did not seem to be like an Arab. Bahlul went nearer and saluted him and said, "What sort of injustice has happened to you, brother, and why are you so sad?" He said, "I'm a foreigner. When I arrived in this city, I decided to spend a few days here, but I had some money and jewels with me. So I wanted to keep my property with, that shopkeeper who seemed a very kind man, the one who sells perfumes. Now, a few days later, I came and asked for my property, but he started calling me bad names and accusing me of lying, and he told me just go away." Bahlul understood what had happened and told him not to worry. He would think of a plan to get the money back. He thought for a while. Then he told the foreigner, "Now listen, tomorrow you must come to the shop at 10:30 a.m. sharp. I'll be at the shop. Don't talk to me. Just come inside, go to the shopkeeper and tell him politely to return your property." Well, the man looked doubtful, but he agreed. Bahlul then went to the perfumer and said, "I plan to go to the city of Khurasan. I have a very heavy bag with me. I hear you are a trustworthy fellow. Can you take care of my, property till I come back? And if I die on the way, then you can sell the stuff in my bag and, make something in my name." The perfumer said, "Of course, you can leave your bag with me. Where is it?" Bahlul said, "Tomorrow I'll bring it at 10:25 a.m. sharp." Saying this, he went away. Then he took this big leather bag and filled it up with, some iron which was spoilt and stone pieces, and then locked the bag. Now the next morning he reached the perfumer's shop at the appointed time, 10:25. The perfumer saw the big leather bag. It was huge. And he thought it was full of jewels, and he was very excited. Then a few minutes later, that is 10:30 sharp, the foreigner entered the shop and asked the shopkeeper politely for his property. The perfumer knew that Bahlul was watching him, and he wanted Bahlul to trust him with, this heavy bag of jewels. So he decided, I must go and give the coins and jewels back to this man. So he goes inside to bring it. In his heart, the greedy shopkeeper felt that even though he had returned this, he would benefit more because Bahlul would trust him with this huge bag of his. Well, the man happily took it away, blessing Bahlul with all his heart. So Bahlul left the big leather bag with the shopkeeper. But when he went away, the shopkeeper, started breaking the lock to open and see what treasures Bahlul had kept. But, all he saw were large stones and, metal pieces. Now he knew that Bahlul had done this to teach him a lesson. This shows that not only does Allah love those who are just, but He also loves those who help people to attain justice. There's so much injustice happening in the world. Look at how Israel, keeps attacking and killing the Palestinians. Now, is that justice? They are on Palestinian land and they keep on, stealing and taking away more and more. And there are many countries where injustice is happening. Let's watch the news and become aware of it. It's very important, children. And we should always act with justice and fairness with everyone around us, even the maids who work for us, all our brothers and sisters and family members and community members. Yes, this is indeed the greatest quality of the soldier of Imam Zamana, Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Farajum Sharif. Do you want to be amongst Imam's soldiers? Our fifth Imam, Imam Muhammad Baqir alayhi salam, said there will be 50 ladies too. So who is ready for this? You are. I am too. But let's prepare and try our best. So do you want to raise your voice and sing for the children of Palestine today? Ready? How amazing is the hope for justice of Allah. Hate crimes, rates rise, grave times. Yes, bombing and hurting. How disturbing. There's people being killed and murdered. Yes, many, many wounded. Everyone's scared as wars declared. Can anything be compared? Old people along the roadside, terrified, their rights denied. Yes, it's a genocide. Little children cry, innocents die, the number is so sky high. There's so much hunger, a great number, what a blunder. No water, so much thirst, surely oppressors are the cursed. And yet their belief gets stronger, their faith is firmer, but how much longer? Craving for justice, they continue striving, even though they are starving. How amazing is the hope for the justice of Allah. But there is hope, it may be a glimmer, but does not go dimmer, continues to shimmer. They will surely turn out to be the winner. How amazing is the hope for the justice of Allah. Well, children, don't you just love the names of Allah? Let's try to, reflect these qualities in us. Our life will change.